Second half begins 14-13 Cleveland over Kansas City here. The 68 Cleveland versus 66 Kansas City. There's a flag on the play, and Cleveland will accept for 1st and 5 rather than 2nd and 10. Pass play to Epi Barney. Complete. First down up to the Kansas City 43. False start Cleveland. Pass to Gary Collins. Incomplete. Pass to Tommy McDonald. Incomplete. Third down and 15 at the 52-yard line. It's pass to Leroy Kelly. That is also incomplete. 4th and 15 from the 52. 15's a bit too far. Let's punt this one. Don Cockcroft. Emmett Thomas. Let it bounce. And it will be downed at the 1-yard line. Mike Garrett, 4 yards. 2nd and 6 at the 5. Fred Arbanis. First down. 1st and 10 on the 21. Pass to Otis Taylor. Complete. Throw to Chris Burford. Scramble for 3 yards. Jarrell Wilson. Maybe that was Otis Taylor. I think it was Otis Taylor. Nope, it was Jarrell Wilson. Or it was a scramble, most correctly. Curtis McClinton. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Pass to Otis Taylor. Complete and into the end zone. Otis Taylor 5 for 130 single-handedly. Keeping this thing going. Let's go for 2. And we'll run with Gene Thomas for 4 yards. Good. First and 10 on the 16. Throw to Paul Warfield, incomplete. Run, Leroy Kelly. I feel like I've gotten away from it, the running. Well, I held there. Incomplete, 3rd and 18. First down. Wow, they needed 18. They got something more than that. Not much more than that. To the 32. How far do we need to go here? "24 yards. Throw to Gary Collins. Incomplete. Throw to Milton Moran. Complete. First down. Waiting till 3rd down to get those first downs. Charlie Haraway, 3rd and 1. That was a big 7-yard run. Leroy Kelly over the line. First down. It is 21-14 Kansas City here, and we are closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter. Gary Collins? No. Paul Warfield. Sack. 3rd and 13 from the 32, and Cleveland facing another 3rd and long. 3rd and 18. I mean, what's the difference? All right. Paul Warfield. Scramble for a yard. Let's try the field goal. Neutral zone infraction. That improved my field goal percentage by about 20%. 4th and 11. Yeah, let's try it. Don Cockcroft curls it back in the uprights, and it's 21-17. Emmett Thomas 2 yards deep. Let's return this to the 24. Final play of the third quarter. Mike Garrett. There's a flag. Say it's a first down, and if I accept the penalty, it's 1st and 10 on the 39. Okay. 4-yard run or first down. Throw to Chris Beathard. Throw to Otis Taylor. Otis Taylor, another big run and catch and run up to the 11. And Kansas City is in danger of putting this away. 6 for 162 for Otis Taylor. Let's throw again. Complete, and he's in for the touchdown. 7 for 175. That's all of his receptions for the game, but yeah, 175 is probably worth it. That's a lot. No one's had that many since he did last time. Actually, I think Charlie Hennigan had something like that. No, I don't really keep track of the individual player stats all that much. It doesn't really interest me. The statistics themselves don't really necessarily... I mean, they interest me, but I've seen them so much, it's not... I don't fixate on them. Milt Moran, other than, you know, making an entire game based on statistical probability, but you know, I'm not out here saying this guy has this many yards all that often. It doesn't excite me. It only matters wins and losses to me, which is why I kill fantasy football teams. Not quite as much as Belichick, but you know, for his reputation back in the day. Let's throw to Gary Collins. Cleveland needs big plays. They need them fast. They're up at the 28. First down, Browns. Charlie Haraway. That's not the right person. Gary Collins, 3 for 98. Up to the 1. All right. Leroy Kelly across. And 28-23. Let's go for 2. Leroy Kelly, 4 yards, and it's 28-25. This game is, I mean, these teams are really good when you get to this stage. Either one of these teams could win. Charlie Haraway with a catch up to the 33. Mike Garrett, 2nd and 9. Fred Arbanis, 3rd and 9. No Otis Taylor. Curtis McClinton. Incomplete, 4th and 9 at the 34. 14 ticks left. So about, you know, 3.5 minutes. Charlie Lee, fair catches at the 9-yard line. And let's start by throwing to Paul Warfield. Incomplete. 91 yards and a field goal to stay alive. Fumbled, recovered. by Cleveland. False start. 3rd and 15 at the 3. Not looking great, guys. How about Gary Collins? Incomplete. 4th and 15 at the 3, and I think we have to go for it. Paul Warfield. Complete. 1st down up to the 23. Didn't get it by much. About 18 yards, and that's the 2-minute warning. Throw to Paul Warfield. Incomplete. Gary Collins, incomplete. Gary Collins again. Sack. 4th down and 17. From the 16. Can Cleveland pull this one off? Gary Collins. No, they cannot. Got a few yards on a scramble, but looks like they were under significant pressure. And that'll do it. Kansas City comes from behind from that 14-13 halftime deficit, 28-25, and I'll miss that 68 Browns team. They were fun.